I'm your host, Locum23. You're joining me for Mother of the Year, Chapter 15, Trial by Fire. It's the morning of your custody trial, and you're elbows deep in your closet when your phone starts buzzing on the bedside table. What time did you want to head out? Ready to go as soon as I find my damn suit jacket. Oh, hell yes. He's wearing the suit. Oh my god, Elma. I'll be ready in 10. I just need to figure out what I'm wearing. Is it a suit? Lady, you got a one-track mind. Don't act like you don't want to see Tara strut in there looking all law and order. I mean, I don't not want to see that. I'll see what I have. Let's see. This would be perfect. Wear this special outfit to make a strong impression in the courtroom and win some points with the judge. Ah yes, this will surely win our daughter back. Choose this look. Zoe peeks into your room as you're adjusting the lapels on your suit jacket. Wow, don't look like a scary TV lawyer. Is that a good thing? Yeah. They're the ones who get to do the awesome speeches and make the jury cry and stuff. Well, there won't be any jury today, but maybe I can make the judge cry instead. You and Zoe head to the car, collecting Elma and Levy on the way out. Together, the four of you head to the courthouse. Thomas and Luz are waiting on the front steps when you arrive. Luz immediately wraps Zoe in a fierce hug as you move to stand beside Thomas. Morning, counselor. Fancy meeting you here. What a crazy coincidence! Should we head in? I want to make sure I get a seat with the view of Guy's stupid face so I can watch the smugness drain out of him in real time. Still waiting on Eco, looks like. Great! Then I guess we have a few more minutes to gush about how awesome Tara looks in that outfit. She makes a twirling gesture with her finger, laughing. You hold out your arms and do a slow spin so they can see the suit from every angle. Wow. I'm suddenly feeling a little upstaged. Tell me about it. I like your suit. Luz and Zoe pull back from their hug and you put a comforting hand on Zoe's shoulder. You sure you want to sit and watch the whole trial? It's gonna be rough. If you stay in the courtroom the whole time, you might hear people say some mean things about your dad and me. Zoe's lower lip trembles slightly, but she stands firm. No, I want to be in there. I need to be in there. Me too. I'm sitting next to Zoe so nobody messes with her. I don't think anyone is going to try to mess with Zoe inside a courthouse. Yeah, because if they try, I'll stomp them. She lifts up her foot, revealing that she's wearing her soccer cleats. Have I mentioned that I love this kid? Because I love this kid. Thomas nudges you with his elbow, voice pitched low so only you can hear. Hey. Try to relax. You've got this. Keep telling myself that, but it's not getting any easier to believe. Our best strategy is to focus on your strong bond with Zoe. You know her best and have her best interests at heart. Okay, I think I can do that. That's what every parent should care about. You hear the thrum of an engine, see Eco rolling up at the courthouse on her bike. She barks, shedding her jacket as she jogs up the steps. Sorry, I had to finish something. Nothing that matters right now. Shall we? You start to walk toward the courthouse doors, but hesitate, your chest feeling tight with worry. I don't know if I can do this alone. Make your selection. Thomas, Eco, Levy. Is this the game's way of making me choose? Like, this is one of those fun games I'd be like, yo, can we have an open relationship, please? Because I actually enjoying the, love relationships and whatnot with all three of these. He did a spectacular job with this book, I have to at least give him that. However... Thomas. As everyone fills into the courthouse, you snag Thomas's sleeve to hold him back. He looks at you quizzically. Is something wrong? What, besides everything? Just feeling a little nervous. I could use a good luck kiss. I think I can oblige. Crooking a finger beneath your chin, he gently tips your face up and leans in to press his lips against yours. Lean into the kiss, closing your eyes and letting yourself forget all the worries just for a moment. When the moment is over, you pull back from Thomas and smile up into his face. Yeah, that was exactly what I needed. Always happy to help. Thomas takes a step back, admiring the sleek lines of your outfit. I also wanted to compliment you on the suit. It, makes you look hot, responsible. Both of those, plus I was going to say powerful. That's good too. With renewed determination, you turn to face the courthouse again. Okay, I think I'm ready. Thomas slips his hand into yours and gives a squeeze as the two of you walk through the doors together. Inside, you, Thomas, and find your seats at a small table near the front of the courtroom. Guy and Vanessa are already seated on their table. Well, look who managed to actually show up and be actually on time today. Oh, too bad it won't stop us from totally obliterating you. Oh my god, I never wanted to kill someone so bad. Guy? Zoe's watching. She's what? She insisted, so you know, whatever you say today, just remember that she's gonna hear you saying. Guy's smug look falters, and his eyes roam the gallery until he spots Zoe huddled next to Luz near the back of the room. He gives him a little wave, and Guy hesitantly waves back. A moment later, everyone rises as Judge Wilson enters and takes her seat at the front of the courtroom. We're gathered today to determine who shall take the parental custody of one Zoe Day. Both biological parents have claimed they are the best suited to her sole guardian, and have brought witnesses to speak on their behalf. Your outfit impressed the judge. Miss Day, thank you for your cooperation with this process. I realize it has been a very disruptive to your life. Thank you. I'm just hoping we can resolve this in the best way possible. Don't we all? Mr. Mendez, would you like to give your opening statement? Thank you, Your Honor. Today we're considering a difficult question. What makes someone a good parent? If you ask me, a parent's success should be judged by the strength of their relationship between them and their child. By this measure, I have never met a finer parent than my client. Miss Day has built, with no help from Mr. Ledford, a rich and meaningful life for herself and her daughter. I believe that's worth preserving. Thomas retakes a seat at the table. You lean over to speak quietly to him. Thomas, I like when you say nice things about me. He smiles, a light flush coloring his cheeks. Look, good, because I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Your Honor, no one is here to question that love that Miss Day has for her daughter. But the fact is, you can't eat love, you can't wear it, and you can't use it to pay bills, or rent, or tuition. Actually, you can, but let's not get into it. Miss Day simply isn't financially equipped to raise a child on her own. My client is capable of providing Zoe with all the resources she needs. But Miss Day has denied him the right to provide for, or even see his daughter at every turn, putting her personal grudge before the well-being of her own child. I hope that the court will see that awarding my client full custody of Zoe is the obvious choice. Vanessa settles back into her seat without so much as a glance at you. Seeing the anger blazing in your eyes, Thomas leans in to murmur in your ear. Don't let her get under your skin. It's her job to make you look bad. Seems like she's pretty good at her job. Well, that's what character witnesses are for. Time to call in some friends to sing your praises. Yeah, I guess we'll go with, who all we've met first. Or, at least in that order. Levy slouches in the witness chair, he overly his casual posture, failing to completely hide his tension. Mr. Schuler, as Miss Day's neighbor, you've had many opportunities to see her with her daughter. How would you describe their dynamic? Aside from nauseatingly cute, I've never seen two people who just get each other the way those two do. They're each other's biggest fans. Tara never talks down to Zoe. A lot of people act like they've got to act like a little clone instead of a kid, but Tara treats Zoe like a real human being. After Thomas finishes his questions, Vanessa approaches the witness stand and holds up a piece of paper. This is the apartment building in which you and Miss Day reside, correct? Yeah. So what? Did you know this building has been cited no less than 4 times for electrical and plumbing systems not being up to code? Based on online reviews, the units are tiny, poorly maintained, with ancient appliances that are frankly a hazard to anyone who risks operating them. Look, lady, not all of us can afford to live in big shiny mansions. Our neighborhood might not be Beverly Hills, but it's home. But Miss Day chose to move to a city with a very high cost of living. My client, who is currently seeking permanent housing in the area, would be able to provide a stable and, more importantly, safe environment for Zoe. Let me tell you something about your client. Me and Guy go way back, and I can tell you he's nothing but a... Levy pulls himself up short, the act of holding in his rage seeming to cause him physical pain. He glances at you, conflicted. Keep your cool. Catch Levy's eye and shake your head. He takes a deep breath, visibly forcing himself to calm down, then continues. From what I've seen, Tara's doing an amazing job raising Zoe on her own. Handing custody to a dude who walked down on them would be a huge mistake. Thank you for your statement, Mr. Schuler. Counselor, do you have any further questions for this witness? No, Your Honor. Levy gets up, pointedly not looking in Guy's direction on the way back to the gallery. Alma makes her way to the stand, staring pointedly at the witness chair until an aide takes the hint and moves it out of her way. Miss Velasco, you live in the same apartment building as Tara Day. What has been your impression of Tara as a mother? Only that she's the best mom ever. Like, I love my mom, but Tara makes her look like Nurse Ratched. Would you mind being a little more specific? Well, Zoe gets really excited about science stuff. Even if Tara has got no idea what she's talking about, she'll listen like it's the coolest thing she's ever heard. Every day I see Tara bending over backwards to make sure Zoe's got whatever she ever could need. She'd do anything for that kid. Just the other day, Tara worked a shift at this random bakery in exchange for space-themed cake because she knew Zoe would love it. Thomas thanks Alma and returns her seat. Vanessa stalks forward and Alma glares at her suspiciously. Get her, Alma, get her! Miss Velasco, I understand Miss Day was recently fired from her job at Carmina for attempting shoplifting. She was recently framed for shoplifting. The merchandise was found in her bag, wasn't it? Do you have any proof that someone other than Miss Day put it there? No, but it wasn't her. I'm afraid I have another witness that says otherwise, Miss Velasco. Gut sinking, you turn and scan the gallery until you find the face you're looking for. Oh my god! Damn it. Tallulah's gonna lie for them. You think she's willing to lie under oath? To spite me? Absolutely. If Vanessa's the president of the We Hate Tara Club, Tallulah's the VP. Vanessa finishes her questions, and Almato makes her way back to the gallery with murder in her eyes. A moment later, your phone buzzes in your pocket. Huh? That lying hag! I'm going to burn her house down. Won't stop her from doing this. Security footage might. Dear app, could you work? Wasn't going to say anything, but I asked Sally to get us footage from the day you got fired. She wouldn't because she'd have to request it from corporate and file an incident report, blah blah blah. But if they've got a fake witness who saw you shoplift when we need that footage, gonna text Sally right now and tell her to fork over the footage or I'm quitting. You'd risk your job? For you, babe? In a heartbeat. Wow. Now that is a friend. Get security footage from Carmina to give you a major edge in the trial. Can we please? Look at you smiling. Oh, I'm gonna wipe that... Let's do it. Hell yes. The snake is going down. Who should speak next? Iko. Iko walks over to the witness box. Her eyes briefly meet Vanessa's, and the two women regard each other with obvious hostility. Well, those two do not seem to like each other right now. You think? If Vanessa disrespects Iko, it might weaken her case. I wouldn't get your hopes up. Vanessa's not one to lose her cool in the courtroom. We'll see about that. Thomas approaches the witness stand. Dr. Matsunaga, you've been Zoe's day science teacher for the past several weeks. What is she like as a student? Zoe's an exceptionally smart and sunny kid. It's been a privilege having her in my class. Would you say that teaching Zoe has given you any insight into Miss Day's abilities as a parent? Absolutely. It's clear to me that Tara has always encouraged Zoe's natural curiosity and kindness. Honestly, I wish every Bernhardt parent had half the commitment to their child's education as Tara clearly does. When it's Vanessa's turn to question Iko, she regards the other woman with studied neutrality. Miss Dr. Matsunaga, you've been present on 2 separate occasions when Zoe has had an allergy attack. Is that correct? Yes, and both times Tara responded admirably. At the bake sale, Tara figured out exactly how Zoe had gotten exposed, and she made sure the person responsible was reprimanded. Do you think it's acceptable for Zoe to be exposed to a potentially deadly allergen twice in such a short time span? No number of allergy attacks is acceptable, but there's no further action Tara could have taken to... Thank you, I have no other questions. Fuming, Iko pushes herself to her feet and marches back to her seat. Trying to blame me for Zoe's allergy attacks, that is such a low blow. Unfortunately, you're going to have to get used to those. As the last of your character witnesses returns to the gallery, Vanessa stands up to address the judge. Your Honor, I would like to call Miss Tallulah Copeland to the stand. Tallulah strides up to the witness box and sits haughtily, as if she's watching the Kentucky Derby. Miss Copeland, can you tell us what happened a few days ago when you visited Carmina with Mr. Ledford? Well, I wouldn't normally do my shopping in that kind of store. You understand. We only went there because Guy wanted to get a present for Faye. And you saw Miss Day there. Yes, and she was extremely rude. She practically snapped at me when I asked her a simple question. Later, while I was looking for the fitting rooms, I saw her taking what looked like a handful of jewelry into the employee lounge. That lying piece of... Tallulah looks over at your table, momentarily meeting your eyes. No. Don't threaten. Ask why she's doing this. Meet Tallulah's eyes forming your lips into the words, why? What did I ever do to you? Tallulah only sniffs, turning up her nose at you as she looks away. Thank you, Miss Copeland. I have no further questions. Vanessa smugly takes her seat as you sit grinding your teeth. Thomas puts a reassuring hand on your shoulder for a moment before approaching the stand. Miss Copeland, you say that you saw my client hiding a handful of jewelry in her pocket, but do you have any proof to support your claims? Only that they found a bunch of jewelry in her bag, and she got fired. What else do you need? I'm having a hard time believing that Miss Day has no prior record of wrongdoing, would suddenly attempt thievery of this scale. Everyone knows Tara is strapped for cash. She probably resents all the well-off people she served at Carmina. This was her way of sticking it to the man. Thomas, I'm hoping you're a really good attorney. Come on, I need you to be a really good attorney right now. The phone buzzes in your pocket, and you surreptitiously pull it out to see a message previewed on the lock screen. Oh my god. Next time Thomas glances your way, you urgently point at your cell phone. Confused, he pulls out his own phone from his pocket, and a slow smile blossoms on his face. You're a bad attorney, come on! He should have pointed out that there was no police report filed. That no one except for Sally, Alma, and yourself knows, 1, what was specifically stolen, and 2, that anything was stolen in the first place. They're not allowed as an employer to disclose why you were terminated. Boom! Welcome to America, fam. Counsel, surely what you're doing right now is more important than checking your messages. Actually, Your Honor, this is very important to the case. Thomas walks up to Tallulah, holding up his phone screen so she can see. Miss Copeland, this is a video from the security cameras at Carmina. Can you identify the woman standing by the jewelry racks? It looks like me. That's very interesting. Would you please describe what you're doing in this video? Well, I'm picking up some jewelry and taking it into a room. The back of the store. Objection! This evidence wasn't submitted using the proper... Mr. Mendez, may I see that video? Thomas hands over his phone and the judge stares at the screen for a long moment, then turns to glare at Tallulah with naked disgust. Do you have anything to say for yourself, Miss Copeland? That video doesn't prove I did anything wrong. Miss Copeland, you've just committed perjury on my stand. In criminal court, that would have been a felony. I could have you dragged out in handcuffs. Instead, I'm going to hold you in contempt, strike your testimony, and you can look forward to a fine so big it'll make your head spin. Now take your seat. Tallulah seems to shrink into herself, slinking back to her seat in the gallery with her eyes fixed firmly on the floor. Thomas sits back down next to you, grinning. Remind me to buy Elma a nice dinner when this is over. Get in line. I believe it is about time to break for lunch. This trial will resume at 1:30 sharp. The judge rises as the rest of the courtroom, feeling more than a little frazzled. You follow Thomas out into the hall. Hey, Guy. Both middle fingers are up! As soon as you're out in the hallway, Zoe rushes over and you gratefully kneel down and wrap her into a tight hug. Vanessa's not being very nice. No, she's not, and that's how she thinks she needs to do her job. Well, I think she's being a B-word. No arguments here. How are you holding up, Tara? How can we help you right now? I need a back massage, shoulder massage, new lungs. Let's just go with a new body. I'll be fine. Should probably eat something before we get back in there, though. Reach into your purse, pulling out a couple of slightly squished PB&J sandwiches. If you'd rather get out of this building for a while, I noticed the park nearby has a farmer's market with all kinds of food stalls and lawn games set up. Ooh, I don't know about the rest of you, but I have a sudden need to get a burrito the size of my forearm. I could certainly use a daily dose of sunshine. That sounds really fun. Can we go, Mom? Go to the market with your friends to have some fun, recharge. You also have a chance to spend a moment with special someone and share how you feel about them. You really appreciate it if you'd stop making me choose someone today. Today is not that day, Pixelberry. The park is bright and bustling with people, the sense of dozens of different cuisines mingling in the cool autumn air. Everything smells so good. I don't even know where to start. Pizza! Looks like my choice has been made for me. Meet me over by the lawn games in a minute. Sounds good. Those lamb kebabs are calling my name. I'm off to search for something green. Looking at some of this stuff is making my arteries sad. Suit yourself, sister. Mama's gonna need a metric ton of salt and or sugar. Stat. There's so many different kinds of food. What should we get, Mom? Fried chicken. Poke. Oh, I thought that... Wait, what? What the hell is poke? A burrito. You dare put me against fried chicken with a burrito? Oh, why do you do this, Pixelberry? You disgust me. Burrito. You order 2 burritos, drenched in sauce? No. And Zoe stares at hers with wide eyes. How do I eat this? It's huge! You grab it and you just go for it, girl. I think that man may have sold us a couple of baby whales by mistake. You hold up your burrito, glaring dramatically at it. You won't get the best of me, Mr. Burrito. Victory will be mine. Zoe giggles as you bare your teeth threateningly at your food. You meet up with the group on the path of grass behind some of the food stalls. Eco and Levy sit chatting on a low stone wall. That's pretty rad. I've always wanted to do more tinkering with engines, but haven't had the chance. Well, I'm gonna be doing something work on Ada next weekend. If you want to come lend a hand... Whoa, seriously? Yeah, I'm there. Alamo rolls up beside you, holding a gigantic ice cream cone. Is that your lunch? Ice cream isn't lunch, it's dessert. You forget that I'm a grown-up? That means I get to eat ice cream whenever I want. Nearby, Thomas and Luz are engrossed in a game of cornhole. Zoe, come be on my team. Oh, I don't know how to play. It's easy. You just throw the beanbag into the hole. Like this. Luz picks up a beanbag, winds up, chucking it overhand with all of her strength. Thomas dodges out of the way as the beanbag sails right over the board and hits the grass behind him. Dara, thank goodness you're here. I could use some reinforcements. Oh, you're in trouble now, girls. Thomas hefts his beanbag, pitching it in a long underhand arc that lands a few inches short of the hole. Ah, shoot, I thought I had that one. You go next, Zoe. Okay. Face crinkled up in concentration, Zoe takes careful aim, winds up, and let's go. I did it! I got a point! Uh-oh, the kids are pulling ahead. What are we gonna do? Score a point, miss on purpose. Score a point. If you let your kids win, it's just letting them get off easy. You have to make them lose. You line up your shot and let it fly, easily sending it to the beanbag through the hole. Boom. Nothing but net. Looks like we've got a tie. Boo! Best of 2 out of 3? Maybe after we eat. As everyone is finishing up their lunches, you look around at the faces surrounding you. This is your chance to share a special moment with someone before heading back to the trial. Levy, Zoe, Thomas, Iko. Can I spend a moment with all of them? Because it is my daughter, after all. Oh, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it with Zoe. I think I'm gonna go grab a coffee. You wanna come along, kiddo? Yeah. And that is the kind of father I am. Zoe bounces up from her seat on the grass and follows you towards the small coffee shop across the street. After you've picked up your coffee and hot chocolate for Zoe, she reaches up to clutch your hand in hers. You smile, giving her hand a little shake. That's because this day is supposed to be about her and us. Hey there, you have a good time at lunch? Yeah, I'm pretty glad we came out. Me too. I needed a break. So, now it's time to go back? Yep. Let's go, kick some butt. Zoe nods, setting her jaw. Yeah, I want to go up and talk. I want to do a good job and not be scared. Really? It's okay to be a little scared, you know. I am. She thinks about this for a minute and then squeezes your hand. Okay, but maybe I'll be a little scared, but I'm gonna do a good job anyway. I know you will, kiddo. I want a daughter. As lunchtime ends and everyone begins to make their way back to the courtroom, you spot an unwelcome face standing just outside the doors. Tara, got a sec to chat. Can I say no, please? For you, absolutely not. Zoe looks back and forth between you, uncertain. I'm gonna go find Luz inside. Or you can respond, she's already hurried away, vanishing into the crowd. Get back here! Poor kid. Shame she has to go through all this. Are you seriously trying to guilt me for how this trial is making Zoe feel? That's rich. Look, I'm a reasonable dude. You called yourself a dude. I will smack you. If you quit now, I'll let you have Zoe 1 day a week. Maybe Tuesdays? I work late on Tuesdays anyway. Or you could drag it out, keep fighting me tooth and nail while Zoe goes through hell. Your call. Wow, you really thought this was going to be in the walk in the park, didn't you? You thought you could waltz in here and the judge would fawn over you like everyone else does, huh? How's that working out for you? Trial's not over yet. You're right, and I can't wait to finish mopping the floor up with you. Smiling, to yourself, you push past Guy and return to the courtroom. Oh, I could just take him to the bathroom, tell him I'm going to show him a good time, make sure I have a coat hanger in my purse, and... Okay, it's okay, shh. The trial resumes and Vanessa calls Faye to the witness stand. Miss DeVore, how long have you been in a relationship with Mr. Ledford? Oh, we just had our quarterversary. He got me the cutest blouse. How sweet of him. Overall, what's been your impression of my client's character? Guy has been super sweet to me. He treats me like a princess. Also, he's so cute with Zoe, like totally spoils her. As Vanessa continues to question Faye, Thomas leans over, speaking low. You spend more time around Faye than I have. Any advice how to approach her? With Faye, you should be nice. She'll respond in kind. Thomas nods, getting to his feet as Vanessa finishes her questions and cedes the floor to him. Miss DeVore, would you say that you and Zoe have gotten close over the past few weeks? Zoe is amazing. She's like so smart and sweet, and I would just love how excited she gets about stuff. How would you describe the relationship between Zoe and her mother? Oh my gosh! I wish I had a mom like Tara when I was growing up. She was so supportive. Zoe's really lucky to have her. So, would you say Miss Day has done an excellent job raising Zoe? That she's given Zoe a happy, healthy, and fulfilling life? Totally. And you still think she should lose custody of Zoe? Ooh. Faye goes still, her face suddenly sad and indecisive. She looks back and forth between you and Guy, hands fidgeting nervously in her lap. Truth is, I don't think Guy should have full custody of Zoe. Holy crap. What? Guy practically jumps out of his seat, but settles back down after a sharp look from the judge. Mr. DeVore, please continue. I just don't think Guy is ready for that kind of responsibility, you know? He shouldn't have brought snacks with soy in them to the picnic when Zoe's so allergic. He actually has been pretty forgetful about her allergy. I've had to stop him from giving Zoe food without checking the ingredients first, like a dozen times. Ooh. Murmurs rise all around the courtroom. Guy glares furiously at Faye, but the more she talks, the more confident she seems. It's also weird that Guy didn't mention Zoe at all for, most of the time we've been dating. That seems like something you'd bring up, right away, doesn't it? When did you first find out about Zoe? A few days before Guy asked me to come to Gold Cliff with him, I went to his office for lunch and overheard him doing a video call with his publicist. They were talking about Nami and going public, and she said something about tying up loose ends to ensure a marketable image. Do you think maybe that was the part of why he wanted to see Zoe again? Because he was worried that not supporting her and Tara would make him look bad? That's a lie! I never... Mr. Ledford, you will remain quiet until it's your turn to speak, unless you'd like to be removed from this courtroom. I'm finished with my questions, Your Honor. Faye hurries back to her seat, avoiding Guy's angry glare. Thomas takes his place beside you, eyebrows raised. Well, that was unexpected. Honestly, I saw this coming. Faye might be pretty naive, but she was bound to figure out how terrible Guy was eventually. Good for her. I wish I'd been able to work it out that fast. Mr. Ledford, would you please take the stand? Guy shoots you a glare as he passes you on the way to the stand. I would love to shoot both of you with middle fingers. Mr. Ledford, could you please tell us how and why your relationship with Miss Day ended? We were just kids when we first got together, you know? The first few years was great. We had little spats now and then, but we always worked it out. Stay calm. Take a deep breath, holding in your anger. I'm not gonna let him get to me. Anyway, by the time we realized we weren't compatible, we all were already married and had a kid. Well, I realized that I had to end it. No. Shh. Clench your shaking fists under the table. Don't react, just stay cool. After the divorce, Tara didn't want anything to do with me. I decided it'd be better to just leave than just put Zoe through stress of watching us fight. I knew it was the right thing, but I missed my little girl every day. I prayed that someday I would be able to see her again. When I heard that Tara and Zoe moved to my hometown, it felt like a sign. Then I saw how much they were struggling. I tried to work with Tara, but, well, she was just giving unreasonable as ever. I put up with it for as long as I could, but eventually I knew I had to intervene for Zoe's sake. Oh, keep it in. Even though internally you're screaming with rage at the sheer nerve required for Guy to blurt out such blatant lies, which right now he's looking really bad, let's be honest, so it doesn't matter. You managed to keep it all inside. You can say whatever you want, Guy. Soon everyone will see what a liar you are. What would you do if you were to gain full custody of Zoe? I just want her to have everything, you know, a great home, lots of toys, fashionable clothes, a pony, whatever she wants. Thank you for your earnest testimony, Mr. Ledford. I have no other questions. I have one question. Hey, Guy, what's she allergic to? You still wouldn't get it right. Vanessa walks back to her seat and Thomas lets out a long breath, getting to his feet. Mr. Ledford, how important would you say Zoe is to you? Zoe's the most important thing in my life, obviously. It's been hell not seeing her these past 4 years. Imagine you've had a lot catching up to do since coming back to Goldcliff. What sort of things have you been doing? Oh man, everything. Going to shows, ice cream testings, gonna do a baby otter encounter next month. It all sounds very exciting. What about the more low-key stuff, like making her favorite food? Oh yeah, all the time. We made it just last week. It's Guy trails off in the silence. No sweat. Not everyone knows their kid's favorite food. I'm sure you know lots of other stuff. Maybe Zoe's favorite book? Favorite color? Ooh, I got one, Thomas, I got one. Favorite role model. Guy opens his mouth, but no sound comes out. Objection! How are these minor details relevant to my client's ability to provide for his child? And that is what makes you a really shitty mother. Overruled. Please continue, Mr. Mendez. Thomas nods to the judge, turning to face Guy head-on. The jovial tone evaporates from his voice. Mr. Ledford, could you tell us if Zoe had any close friends? Or how she's doing in school? She's good. She's a smart kid. Probably acing all of her classes. Probably. You don't know? The hell is this? Zoe Trivia Night? I haven't seen this kid in 4 years. It's not my fault I don't know every single little thing about her. True. But if she's the most important thing in your life, then you should know what's important to her, shouldn't you? Important? How's any of the crap you're asking me important? Oh. Oof. Because, Mr. Ledford, money can't buy your daughter soup when she's sick. Money can't hug her when she can't make her laugh. Can't know why she's sad without needing to ask. A child needs more than food and clothes to thrive, Mr. Ledford. If you knew your daughter at all. Shut up! I know my daughter just fine! Then prove it. Thomas walks right up to the witness box, dropping his next words on Guy like an anvil. Mr. Ledford, what does your daughter want to be when she grows up? Cold silence grips the courtroom as Guy's face burns red with barely containable rage. You hear a small noise and glance over to see Vanessa's eyes have gone wide in shock. Oh, and guess what? You're not a good parent at all. Maybe it just dawned on you. Well, I think that answers my question. Miss Day, would you care to fill us in? Zoe. What does Zoe want to be? An astronaut. She wants to be one since she was 6. There's no way she hasn't mentioned this to you at least once. Thomas turns back on Guy, his nose wrinkled in disgust. No more questions. Guy slinks back into his chair. As soon as he sits down, he leans over to whisper something to Vanessa, but she only hits him with an ice-cold glare. Before you have the chance to enjoy your small victory too much, Thomas nudges you to get your attention. You're up. Right. Okay. A walk to the witness box feels much longer than it is. You sit, trying not to shake, scanning the crowd of faces in the gallery for the one that matters. I can do this. Just need to remember what Thomas said to focus on. I know Zoe best, and I have her best interests at heart. Miss Day, several people have commented on the strong bond between you and Zoe. Why do you think the two of you were so close? We're close because we've been through a lot together. The last few years have been hard, I can't deny that. Zoe and I have seen each other at the worst and our best. Even when things are hard, we know we can always depend on each other to be there, to love us, to remind us why life is worth living. There are a few sniffles in the audience, and Thomas gives you a radiant smile. Beautifully said, Miss Day. After a few more questions, Thomas hands the floor over to Vanessa. For a moment, there's something like doubt on her face, but it's gone a second later. Miss Day, are your current part-time wages sufficient to cover all of your expenses? Our landlord agreed to give us an extension on rent, so as long as I can find another job in a few weeks, we should be okay. That seems like a big if, Miss Day. What if an unexpected expense comes up, like more medical bills, or... Vanessa's face suddenly twitches. You see that look of doubt again. Vanessa glances at Guy and then turns her calculating eyes back on you. Strike that. What I want to know, Miss Day, is why you think you're the right person to be Zoe's guardian. Because Zoe is my whole world. I love my daughter more than I can explain. I would do anything for her. Sacrifice anything. Nothing on this earth is more important to me. You don't think my client is capable of providing for Zoe? Vanessa, if I believed Guy would be a better parent to Zoe, I would have surrendered custody weeks ago. Zoe's happiness is all that matters. No further questions, Your Honor. Without another word, she returns to her seat. A little dazed, you get up and make your way back to your own place besides Thomas. I don't get it, but how was that supposed to make me look bad? It didn't. Would either party like to call any additional witnesses? Just one more, Your Honor. We'd like to ask Zoe Day to please come up to the stand. Zoe nervously makes her way to the witness stand. She sits in a too big chair and looks to you, her brow crinkled with worry. Send her an energy zap. You hold up your pointer finger, brightening slightly. Zoe holds up her own and answer. Zap. Zoe, I wonder if you could tell me a little more about what it's been like to have your dad back in your life. Well, we get to do so much cool stuff. We get room service and eat fancy chocolate, and he says someday I can take a ride in his helicopter. That sounds like a lot of fun. Do you think you'd like to go and live with your dad full time? Zoe looks at you, and you force yourself to smile, even though it feels like someone is grabbing your heart with both hands and twisting hard. It's okay, kiddo. You can say it. Zoe swallows, looking down at the floor. Hanging out with Dad and Faye is really great, but it's not the same. It isn't home. Oh, and why's that? At home, I put glowy stars on my ceiling, and I got to help fix the oven when the door fell off. And I get scared sometimes, like when Mom lost her job, and she tries to keep me from seeing that stuff because she doesn't want me to worry. She was always looking out for me, making sure I'm okay, and I want to make sure she's okay too. Zoe looks right at Vanessa, her jaw set in determination. I want to stay with my mom. Vanessa presses her lips together but doesn't reply. She nods tightly to the judge, and then goes back to her table. Beside her, Guy sits staring at Zoe with a mixture of anger and hurt. Yeah, get angry. Oh, it f***ing hurts, you piece of... I don't have any questions for you, Zoe. You can go back to your seat. Zoe nods, scooting off her chair. She hurries back to the gallery, flashing you a sunny smile. You smile back, trying not to let too many tears show on your face. What did I do to deserve you, Zoe? Judge Wilson consults the notes, spread out on the table before her, one finger tapping contentatively on her chin. Finally, she stands. I may have some tears of my own right now. This is it. The judge is evaluating your performance. I feel like we did everything we could. Do you think it was enough? Thomas looks as nervous as you feel. He glances back into the gallery, finding Zoe's eyes. Thank you all for coming today. After much consideration, it's time for a decision to be made. And my decision is... Oh, I hate you so fucking much. Without further ado, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to receive notifications, and also consider going and hitting the join button to support the channel. A great way to show your support and also become a part of Locums Locos. And speaking of which, you can go down to the description down below. There's links to our social media, our Discord. You can come hang out, chat with others, and whatnot. It's a great place to just chill, share things you want to share, or have things shared with you that you might find interest. And it's just a great place where a lot of fans hang out. There's a few links down there as well to support me and my channel. It would be very much appreciated. And hey, I hope you all had a good holiday week, and hopefully this weekend's just as good. With that being said, what can I really say about those? I know I have brothers in my life. I just wish I had my own child in my life. You know, wish I had someone also in my life to share things with. But, you know, I guess just maybe not in this life, I guess. Hopefully, let me know how you guys fared for normal edition. You guys know why I cover the diamonds now, but let me know, because I know not all of you are going to be doing the diamond. Let me know if you got as many points. I'm sure you didn't, because the diamond choices and whatnot, but hopefully you guys chose to learn by my example and be nice to Faye. That is something that is definitely going to help in this. Faye is really not an enemy. She's someone who's caught in the middle. And that's one of the reasons why I chose to be nice to her, because, you know, she's in a really tough spot. And she has to deal with Guy, just like we once had to do with ourselves. So, you always got to take it into consideration. Without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.